What are you Georgians doing? Going around converting people? That's fine. I'll take your religion. That's totally fine. I'm free and easy over here in Scotland. I'll take whatever you got. We have... Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia and play games to pass the time. Welcome back to the Civilization 6 Rise and Fall Race to the Future Challenge, where we have no control over the tech tree or the civic tree. We are just letting it ride all the way to the future. But before we do anything with Civilization 6 Rise and Fall, we need to have a conversation. A hard conversation with some hard truths that are going to come up. We need real talk here, people. Real talk. And that is about the pronunciation of this word. Now, I have been blissfully pronouncing this Edinburgh for many, many episodes now, because you know why? That's how it's spelt. It's spelt Edinburgh. However, I have been corrected in the comments multiple times that this is in fact pronounced Edinburgh. I refuse that information. That is unacceptable to me. There is no way you can get the word borough out of those letters. You need at least 2 more O's to do that. So this cannot be Edinburgh. This is Edinburgh. I don't care, and I don't care what the entire nation of Scotland thinks about it. Spell your words correctly. That is not Edinburgh. That is Edinburgh. But this is creating a cacophony of comments, and people seem to be very, very put out by my pronunciation of this very obvious spelling of Edinburgh. Yeah, Edinburgh. You need 2 more O's, people. Look, I know. The people of Great Britain, and Scotland is included in Great Britain to the best of my knowledge, as is Wales, until we get into the United Kingdom, in which case you include Northern Ireland. The people of Great Britain are very keen to mess with language, maybe adding a few letters that were wholly unnecessary, or in this case, subtracting letters that should have been there. Little historical knowledge. The entire American War of Independence was primarily fought so we could start taking the U's out of words that were unnecessary. We don't need U in color. We don't need U in armor. We just shaved out all of those unnecessary letters. Yeah, Boston Tea Party, all that. It was mostly about the letter U. But you can't not put letters in and tell me that that's pronounced completely differently. So as far as I'm concerned, this is Edinburgh. However, the entire rest of the planet, Scotland, I'm looking in your direction, seems to think this is Edinburgh, and this is going to cause great consternation as the series goes on. So I've got a solution for that. There we go. Now the city is called Steve. I don't think anyone can question the pronunciation of those letters in that order, in that formation. That very clearly says Steve. The name of the city is now not Edinburgh, nor is it Edinburgh. Now it's Steve. Why Steve? Steve is a very good friend of the channel, and Steve is very, very Scottish. So if we're naming a Scottish city, we're naming it Steve. Does anyone want to tell me that this is called Steve Burrowville Town? Please don't. It's called Steve. Hopefully that will put the entire Edinburgh nonsense to bed. Let's actually play some Civ 6 Rise and Fall here. Alright, with that nonsense being done, we can actually start some gameplay here. Let's get our turn ticking along. Who's doing what around here? Who's got things they need to be doing? Builder. Okay, you finished building that iron down here. The medieval era is ending soon, and we need some era score points. We're a little shy on era score points. Why don't you... There's some more niter we could grab up there, but we don't need that right now. And there's 2 more pieces of iron we could grab down here. That is pretty good, but we can naturally expand to that. I don't need that right at this second. City of Steve, how are you doing on food? Not awesome. You need some housing as well. Builder, how many more charges do you have left? Just 1? Okay, head over here and just build a farm. That's a sensible thing for you to be getting on with. A little bit more food in Steve and a little bit more housing in Steve is no bad thing. What did we get an era score for? Oh, I think that was from the last turn. Okay, that's fine. Unfortunately, we're not getting that extra era score. All right, Town of Steve, City of Steve. You need to be doing something. So you just finished the amphitheater, which is good. good. Start moving our culture in a vaguely positive direction. What do you need to be doing now? Watermill is not going to do anything for housing, so that's a little silly. The armory does not give me any more housing, so nothing really I can do with that. Industrial zone is not the worst idea I've had. Or a commercial hub. We need money, and we need production. We're good on science right now. We're the best we can be. You know what? I'm completely flipping the script, Steve. Build me a settler. I've got a plan. Build me a settler. Yeah, do that. And who else needs something to be doing? Oh, Kutasi, our free city. Your housing is fine. Your amenities are okay. Now, see, this is the thing. I chose Robert the Bruce because he gets a fantastic bonus when his cities are happy or even ecstatic. They get even better. But we're not getting half of the good luxury resources that we should be getting because we don't have irrigation. So we can't get these spices. Nothing we can do with those spices at all. And any other luxury goods that require irrigation, like this tobacco over here, we can't get. So that was kind of a flaw in my planning of whom I was going to choose. But here we are. It's the hand we've been dealt. Now, Kutasi, I do want you to get an encampment, but I want you to put the encampment over here, facing Tamar of Georgia, not over here where you're expanding to. So why don't you... Oh, entertainment or commercial. No, you know what? Let's keep the culture moving positively. Why don't you do a theater square? And actually, we can put that theater square in this garbage. Well, we can't until we buy that tile. Okay, don't do that right now. I do want to use those desert tiles for a theater square because they'll give us a bonus because they're near the pyramids and... we'll get that bonus. Long story short, we'll get that bonus, but I don't want to pay to expand into there. So start doing a commercial hub. We should have some good river spots. We can put that on. Yeah, why don't you take this, either one of these 2 food, 1 production ones to do that. Why don't you take one of those? So that'll give us a nice +2 boost on that. Start doing that. Who else needs something to do? Haddington. You, because Korea is much closer than I would like it to be up here. Haddington, rather, why don't you start building some ancient walls? Let's get a little more defense going up there, and then when you're done with that, I think we're going to boost up your military a little bit. That would not be... Oh, the scout! I haven't checked in on you in ages. Oh, you got some barbarians you need to deal with. Well, see if you can run away from them. If you can, you can. If you can't, you're going to get killed. You're a scout. I don't really have a whole lot of emotional attachment to you. Somebody's going to war. Carthage has declared war on Antioch, and Korea, because I can't pronounce their capital, the leader's name, rather, has declared war on Antioch. Okay, and Steve needs more housing. I hear you, Steve. I hear you. All right, Scout, I'll try and keep you alive as best I can. Why don't you... run over here, actually. You haven't really looked at that area of the map. That's a little bit of a dark spot. So why don't you go over there, please? All right, we have researched castles, which is good. What's next on the list? Ooh, machinery. Excellent. Good. We can get a lumber mill. We'll be able to upgrade our archers to crossbowmen. And the Kilwa Kisiwani. What does that do? I don't even know. +3 envoys when built. When you are the suzerain of a city-state, the city receives a +15% boost to the type bonuses provided by that city-state. If you're a suzerain to 2 or more city-states of that type, an additional 50... Anyway, long story short, lots and lots of boosts to city-states. But must be built on a flat tile adjacent to coast. That's not inconceivable. We've got a lot of coast going on that actually we have nothing we can do with it because we have no sailing skills. 0 sailing skills. Build a farm on Steve. Thank you. Not the city of Edinburgh, neither the city of Edinburgh. It is the city of Steve. I don't want to hear anything about it in the comments. Thank you. Okay, Sterling needs something to be doing with its time. Your housing is still really tight. An arena is not going to give you any housing. Neither will an armory. Anything here that can get you some housing. I mean, no, the Terracotta Army would be nice. That will give us a promotion level for every unit on the map right now. That would be super. It's going to take you a while. Chichen Itza, +2 culture to all rainforest tiles. We do have a fair bit of rainforest kicking around out here. That wouldn't be I mean, it's going to take us forever to build it, but you really don't have a heck of a lot else to be building, to be honest, Sterling. There's not much else for you to be building. If we were to build that, we could pop that up here, and we'll expand into all of this rainforest. Give it a shot. You know what? Because you don't have anything else you desperately need to be doing. There's nothing I can do to get you any more housing right now. We'll buy another builder for you or make it another city and put up some more farms. That's about the best I can do for you. But just start getting Chichen Itza built. If we could get that, we do have a ton of rainforest in Sterling. That would not be the worst move. I kind of have a feeling somebody's going to snap it up before us because we're a little late to that party. But we're going to give it a shot. 2 turns to get some era scores. I don't think we're making it. I think we're going into a dark age. I'm pretty sure we're going into a dark age. Really, Georgia? You've got a builder up here? I've locked you out of this area. Boy, you are just really extending right up in there. Hey, you know, Batami, how's your loyalty, Batami? Because we've got to be punishing you on loyalty right now. Yeah, well, if we maybe put another city in this direction, I bet that would hurt you even more. Yeah, I bet that would really crush you, Batami. I mean, you're fiercely loyal. Actually, your loyalty as Georgia is rising right now. That's unfortunate. We may have to wipe you off the map. I'm not sure. Right now, we're friends with Georgia, but I don't expect that to last. So, Cullen. Housing is meh. Amenities are meh. Why don't you... What would Alhambra give me again? Oh, +2 amenities from entertainment. Provides the same defensive bonus as the fort, +1 military policy slot. That is really good. Needs to be adjacent to an encampment. That's not hard. Oh, this could be a very, very poor move, but I kind of feel if we could get that, it would not be the worst thing in the world. You know what? Just for right now, build a trader, because we have an extra trade route. The whole point of building all these commercial areas is so we can get some more money. You may as well get that trader going. So get that done, and then we'll have a think about what else we want to do. Geneva has declared war on Antioch. I broadly do not care about that. We are totally going into a dark age. Totally going into a dark age. That's going to shave down that loyalty push we're doing on Georgia, but it is what it is. You want open borders for 30 gold. Yeah, sure. Whatever. I can't imagine why I'd put up too much of a fuss about that. So sure, I'll take your 30 gold. Yeah, we're in a dark age. We are in a dark age. Okay, well, there it is. There, yeah, I know we've fallen into a dark age. There it is. We've researched machinery, which is great. And we finished diplomatic service, which is also very good. I wish we had another diplomatic policy slot. We can do embassies now. Oh, we're not declaring a holy war because we've got no religion. Liberation war, that's nice. And we can construct spies. All right, one thing at a time here. Yes, flourishing of the Renaissance began when I discovered diplomatic service. Yay, Scotland. All right, one thing at a time. What's next? Mathematics, which we are apparently going to slam out in one turn. Yeah, the tech tree definitely seems to be looping around things to go, okay, we're going to go forward here, but oh wait, now we've got to go back because you haven't researched the other thing that we need. So it definitely seems to be bouncing around a lot. That's going to get us Petra. Yeah, we do have some desert tiles. It would be +2 food, +2 gold, and +1 production on all desert tiles. Doesn't Kutasi kind of sit in the desert? No, but Steve does, sort of. Oh, I'll have a think about Petra. I'll have a think about that. Well, we've got 1 era score. Yay. Non-Madal wants me to train a caravel. Oh, that's adorable. Good luck with that, Non-Madal. All right, well, what dedication are we going to do? +1 era score every time we construct a district. That's nice. +2 era score every time we convert a city to our religion. Not going to happen. Hic sunt dracones. +3 era score every time you discover a new continent, or a natural wonder. That's good, but how often is that really going to come up? Especially because we can't sail. If we could sail, I could send some scouts out all over the map, but it's probably not going to play out for us. And reform the coinage, +1 era score every time we successfully complete a trade route. I think we got to go with monumentality, because we are going to be aggressively building up the cities right now. We're not going to be swimming in trade routes, but we are going to be pumping out as many districts as we can in this next part here. So let's get that going. Not wild about being in a dark age, and that's going to hurt Haddington because they're really far away from the bulk of our civilization. So that's a little tough for them on loyalty, but I've got half a plan for that. We'll see how that plays out. We should have mathematics done, sort of right now, actually. What are you Georgians doing? Going around converting people? That's fine. I'll take your religion. That's totally fine. I'm free and easy over here in Scotland. I'll take whatever you got. We have researched mathematics, and that leads to metal casting. Ooh, bombards. You hear that, Tamar of Georgia? Bombards. And pike and shot. Okay. And humanism. Ooh, that's pretty far up the tree there. So art museums and archaeological museums and the Taj Mahal. +1 era score from historic monument earned after this wonder is complete. If that monument is usually worth 2 or more era score. Boy, that's a complicated set of procedures there. Okay. Who is doing what? You're... yeah, see, I thought that was going to happen. Somebody snagged Chichen Itza. I kind of thought that was going to happen, but there it is. The Cree, you want open borders, and you will also give me 1 gold for 30 turns. Boy, you guys are a bunch of cheapskates. What else do you got? You don't really have anything you can trade away. You've got gypsum, but I've got gypsum. I don't need gypsum. I need some more luxury resources to boost my happiness is what I need, but you don't really have anything to play with. All right, well, I kind of thought we were going to lose Chichen Itza. At least we didn't waste a lot of time on it. We didn't actually waste too much time doing that. Okay, the city of Steve has spawned a new settler. And I have 2 places where I want to put down a new city. One of them is right down here. I want to just wrap Non-Madal in my tender embraces and say, "Hi, Georgia, this belongs to me." Now, knowing that we don't have irrigation, silver is down here. That's good. Rice, we can build on rice. We have iron down here. Can't do anything with the whales because we don't have sailing. So of the resources that are here, at least we'll be able to get them, which is good. So I think, yeah, Steve, send your settler down here. It's more iron, it's rice. Actually, there's 3 rice paddies in here. So we'll be good on food. What else is going on? Because we completed a district. Great. So we got a era score for that. Did we get a great person? Oh, who did we get? Oh, Isaac Newton. Yay. Instantly builds a university and library. Yeah, absolutely we'll take Isaac Newton. And we've got Geoffrey Chaucer. Oh, it's a bonus day in Scotland. Yes, I'll take Isaac Newton. Now, I got to play Isaac Newton. Whoops, that's totally not what I wanted to do. I got to play Isaac Newton a little bit carefully because I want to maximize him. So what have we built in here already? We've already built a library there. Okay, so we don't want to send him there. And what if we built a library there? So I really need somebody else to construct a campus so we can get the maximum benefit out of that. Everyone has built a library. So you know what, Isaac Newton? You are going to take a little snooze until somebody else builds. Oh, have you built a library? Yeah, you've all built libraries. Okay. You're going to take a little snooze until we get a new city with a new campus because I want to maximize your abilities. I don't just want the university. I want the library in the university. So now, give me Geoffrey Chaucer. Super. Yeah, absolutely. We could put it in the capital, or we could put it in the Great Library. Yeah, we've got to send Geoffrey Chaucer to the Great Library. That just makes sense. Perfect. All right, Sterling, you missed out on Chichen Itza. That's okay. That's okay. What else? Oh, now you could work on the Kilwa Kisawani. Yeah. I don't see any reason we shouldn't at least try and build that. Why don't you build that on this rainforest that we're not going to be able to take advantage of anymore? I don't recall if I saw anything popping up saying somebody else was going to build it, but somebody... Yeah, let's try that one more time, shall we, kids? I don't remember if I saw anything pop up saying that another civilization was starting to build that, but we shall see. So, Steve, now that you're done with the settler, what could you be doing with your time? Yeah, you could construct Petra. you could construct Petra. It's not the worst idea. If we were to say, buy this desert tile here for 128, you're going to have a fair bit of desert. Or, no, I think, let's give it well, what else could we be putting in here? Not much. We could put up an armory. We can't build any more districts in here because we're kind of maxed out on our population. So, that being said, what are we going to play here? You know what? Build me just another military unit. Oh, musketmen. It's musketmen. We're 1060 AD. Battle of Hastings hasn't even taken place yet, and I've got musketmen. No, Petra. We're still friendly with Georgia. I'm sure that will change at the drop of a hat, but if we could get Petra, where we've got all these desert tiles, I'm going to take a chance on it. That might be a dumb move, but I'm going to take a chance on it. Kutaisi, your housing is still good, so you don't really need a granary right now. Market wouldn't kill you, though. Market would be okay. How are you doing on military? You've got a heavy chariot down here and a spearman. That's okay for right now. But why don't you, seeing as Steve's going to be occupied for a little bit, why don't you give me another heavy chariot? Yeah, give me one of those, please. That's a good thing for you to be doing with your time. It's pretty quick. Slam that right out. A little bit of extra military down there. Cullen is about to be done with the trade route, and everybody wants to convert Cullen to Eastern Orthodoxy. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Okay, who's going to give me what? Lisbon, we're already doing one to Lisbon, but that is a lot of gold. And nobody else has really given me any good stuff. Babylon's probably my best bet for the +2 science. +3 gold, +2 science. Non-Madal will give me +4 gold in the culture. Now let's take the science. Let's just keep the science positive here. Go to Babylon and do that. Another great person. Who did I get now? Oh, great general. Okay, what do we got? Athelfeld. Athelfeld? Sure. What's your deal? +5 combat strength to medieval and Renaissance land units. +2 loyalty per turn for this city. Oh, heck yes. And I know exactly where you're going. You're going to Haddington. You are absolutely going to Haddington, especially being in a dark age. We need to keep that loyalty moving positive. Now, speaking of loyalty, what do you think you can build? You think you can build Alhambra? Oh, right, yeah, that was kind of my plan. Right, I was going to think about putting Alhambra down here. Still 46 turns to do that. How long is it going to take you to build a settler? Only 7 turns? Gimme. I have half a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but I've got it, and it's my plan, and I'm sticking with it. Yeah, you are going to go all the way up to Haddington. I know it's a bit of a hike, but I would love to have +2 loyalty up there. That would be great. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. They have a governor, which is good, but Korea's founded Buddhism. That's fine. I'll be Buddhist. I'll be Eastern Orthodox. Whatever. Oh, my scout survived. Good for you. Well, what did you find down here? There's some good stuff in there, and there's actually stuff we could be taking advantage of. We can't get the bananas, but we could get the marble. We could get the furs. We could get that cattle, although that probably is going to end up belonging to Haddington. Actually, it might not. Copper over here. Huh. I should go with my plan A and just put a city down in here, rather than putting another city way up in the middle of nowhere. But while you're up here, Scout, just see what lives down in this neck of the woods. Haddington actually needs something to do. And I think, well, you can do virtually anything. So probably a good move for you is going to be an encampment facing Korea. Because I have concerns about Korea now. Where could we put you? You know what? It's only 84. Just buy that tile and stamp on that measly little 1 food and 1 production. That's okay. We can live without that. Oh, Geoffrey Chaucer finally arrived. Yay, write something. You wrote the Canterbury Tales. Good for you, Jeff. All right, let's see what else is kicking around here. And Geoffrey Chaucer, you can continue to write things. You wrote Troilus and Cressida. Great job. Fantastic. Now we actually have great works. Yay, we have 2 great works. Super. Thank you, Geoffrey Chaucer. I knew I put up that theater district for a reason. And we've also got the policy. Oh, wait, did I do policy for great writer? Yeah, I did. Couldn't remember if it was great writer or great artist. Okay, you've got that going down here. Settlers. Do I like this spot? I like it as much as any spot. Let's have a new city, which immediately links into Steve. Good. I appreciate that. And because pyramids, we've got a free builder. So start with the rice. Put a farm on that. I grossly underestimate the pyramids. I often casually dismiss it, but it's actually a really good wonder if you can snag it. You have to have the desert. That's the thing. Okay, it's going to take you forever and a half, but start building a campus. Anywhere we can get a bonus on that? No. So why not just take this absolutely useless garbage tile? Do that. And then when you eventually get that complete, which is going to be about 1,000,000 years, we'll send Isaac Newton down there to buff that up immediately. Good plan there. Oh, Tamar, my people settle too close? You know what? Your people settle too close, Tamar. This is our constant struggle. I will look elsewhere in the future. It's fine, Tamar. I don't have any other plans to build another city down here, so it's totally cool. Okay, Kutasi built that heavy chariot. I'm actually just going to run that down to Aberdeen, our new city. Does anyone want to have a fight about how Aberdeen is pronounced? Aberdeen, very clearly Aberdeen. Does anyone want to say that it's pronounced Aberdeen Borough Townville? No? Okay, I'm going to keep calling it Aberdeen then. Choose production for Kutasi. Now go ahead and get a market going. That's a good thing for you to be doing. And builder, once you, let's see, you've got 3 actions left, which is super. How much would it, probably more than I have, but how much would it cost to buy that silver? Okay, we can do that pretty quickly. So why don't you, builder, build a farm here, just for fun. We'll probably stamp on that later when we get this rice, because we won't really need it as much, but build that for there for now. We'll swing over and grab the iron. And by the time we're done with all of that, hopefully we'll have enough money to grab that silver. Oh, what's happening? Foreign city gains independence. It's all the way over there. It's Antioch. It's not going to be anything we can do about that. That's on the other side of the world. Trade route. Why don't you just keep going back to Lisbon? That's a lot of gold. So keep doing that. Builder, go to the iron. Thank you. And an envoy. Okay. Do we keep going down Babylon? What do I get with 3 with you? +2 science in every library building. That's super good. Or do we start putting something into Geneva? I'm still the suzerain of Non-Modal. What's your ultimate thing at 6? +2 culture in every art museum. That's super good. We're not going to have art museums for a little bit, so I don't need to jump on that. Lisbon has no suzerain. Geneva, what do you give me? +2 science in the capital for 1. And also +2 science in every library building. So I could get the +2 science in every library building right now with Babylon. I think I'm going to do that. Let's just get that, because everybody's got a library except for Aberdeen. So that's, what is that, +8, 10 science, something like that? That's fantastic. I'd love to take advantage of that foreign city gaining independence, but that's on the other side of the world. There's no way we're getting loyalty all the way over there. That's just not realistic. Who needs something to be doing? Oh, Ethelfled. Yes, why don't you please provide this city with +2 loyalty per turn? Thank you. Very nice of you. Appreciate your service, sir. All right, we have finished researching metal casting, which is leading us in the tech tree to siege tactics. Okay, great. That's good, because we can have Renaissance walls. That's no bad thing at all. Great. Super. And what else do we get? A fort. Okay, well, that's good. I'd like to see something more future-y. I'd like to stay ahead of everyone else in the whole, arms race. Let's call it what it is. So build a mine on this iron. That's a positive thing for you to be doing. We can get rid of that independent city thing. We know about that. That's fine. Heavy chariot is pulling into Aberdeen. Oh, Latoro, what do you want? I love a leader who's surrounded by an impressive military. It is impressive, isn't it? And we have guns, Latoro. Do you have guns? Because we have guns. All right, Cullen has finished building that settler. Now, thinking. That's the Cree over there. I'm sure they're pumping not a small amount of loyalty into Haddington. I think my move is to set up shop somewhere here-ish and just link everybody together here. Everybody together. Tamar won't be annoyed by that. It's not near her city, so I won't break my promise to her. Do I want to pull that inland a little bit? Yeah, I kind of do. Not great water, but, we'll deal with that. That's fine. Builder. You have one charge left. Let's get Aberdeen to buy that silver for 88. Thank you. And why don't you go deal with that? And who needs something to be doing? Cullen does, because you just built a settler. Could start you on Alhambra. That's not the worst idea in the world. Kind of want that. It is a +1 military slot. Anything else you could really be doing? How about upgrading some people? Well, we just spent all our money. But, not enough gold. We could have a musket man right now. That's okay. That's fine. We'll cope with that. Can't build any more districts yet. Could build an armory. +2 production. +1 great general point. That's nice. That's super. You don't really have anything else to be doing. Why don't you try and build Alhambra? If somebody shanks it from us, well, so be it. It was just a waste of time. Heavy Chariot just pulled into Aberdeen, so you can fortify down there. And you are still working on Petra. You might actually get that done. I don't know if you're going to get Kilwa Kisiwana, but hopefully. Hope springs eternal. Hope springs eternal in this. Latara, what do you want? The Canterbury Tales? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't care how much coffee you're giving me, and I do love coffee. Wow, you are giving me... You really want the Canterbury Tales. You're going to give me coffee for 30 turns, 5 gold, and 15 gold for 30 turns. Sorry, not worth it. Not worth the loss of a great work. Virtually nothing is worth the loss of a great work. I almost never trade those away. Unless, frankly, it's for another great work. I'll do a one-for-one deal. Humanism. Okay, well, now we can get art museums. And the Taj Mahal, if we were so inclined. But more importantly, what's next? The Enlightenment. Oh, good. Liberalism. +1 amenity to all cities with at least 2 specialty districts. Boy, that's going to come in handy. That is super going to come in handy because we have a problem with amenities. Free market, extra gold from commercial hubs with population, rationalism, extra science. Same deal except science-y. Okay, builder, you probably are sitting on that silver waiting for me to tell you what to do. Well, build a mine on it. Build a mine on it, please. And what else is going to be cooking around here? Is anyone finishing something soon? No, not really. No, you've all got important things going on here, don't you? Yeah, that's we're going to be in a sort of a little downtime while people are just building stuff. Kutasi will be done with the market relatively short. What do you want? You also want the Canterbury Tales, and you want me to go to war with Korea. Poundmaker, I don't think you understand how negotiations work here, and you're going to give me a horse. You're going to give me a horse for that. Now, admittedly, Poundmaker, I don't have horses, but no, I'm not going to war and giving up one of my 2 great works just for that. Goodbye. Well, my settler has reached his new spot, and I'm not seeing any reason I shouldn't be putting up another city here. It'll probably annoy Poundmaker. He's probably going to give me the whole don't settle near my land speech, but I really don't care. So, yeah, we're going to have air. Air? You know what? I don't even care. I'm pronouncing it air. If it's pronounced differently, that's just too darn bad. I legitimately don't care. You can't just make up pronunciations of words. Why don't you... Can't really put up an encampment because I don't have anywhere to put it yet. But, yeah, I guess go... Well, what have you got? You got 1 out of 2 housing and no amenities. Well, that's no good, is it? Start with a granary. Let's get that moving in a positive direction. And builder, why don't you start by getting a farm going? I would love to sneak over and grab these truffles. If we can maybe afford to build that tile. Although, as we get closer and closer to the Cree and Korea, Kind of need to chill. Yeah, I know. I settled too close. Don't worry, Poundmaker. It's totally not going to happen in the future unless I wanted it to. Speaking of nothing in particular, do we have any governor titles that we're sitting on? No. I had some banked, but we've spent them. Okay, just wait for the next one. Unfortunately, I have no control over when those are going to come up. I can't target anything to specifically give me governor titles. Build a mine on this stone or a quarry, whatever it may be. Build that. And then we're kind of in a bit of sitting around waiting for things to get built is how this is going down. Wow, the Kree have an aggressive amount of military here. An aggressive amount of military. Siege tactics is done. That leads on to printing. Okay, good. Printing's an awesome thing to know how to do. That will unlock the Forbidden City, which would not be the worst thing in the world. I mean, if we could get Alhambra and the Forbidden City, boy, would that open up some policy slots for it. That's an extra military policy and an extra wild card policy. It'd be awesome if we can get those. I can't... Oh, somebody snagged something. Petra. Okay, yeah, well, there it is. There it is. Somebody got Petra from us. Okay, Steve, you need something else to do. What could you be doing? You really need some amenities now. So I guess it's got to be entertainment complex. And you're actually going to slam it out in one turn. So great, just dump that on a relatively garbage tile. How about this? Let's not put it on a river. Other things need to live on rivers. Let's put it up here. Yeah, if you can do that in one turn and grab yourself some amenities, that's great. Builder. How much would it cost to grab those truffles? 88? Sold. Sold. Go get those. Go build a camp or whatever it is on those. Everybody needs more housing. We have an increased trade route. We did get a dedication bonus, so we got some era score. But boy, we are real low on the era score thing now. I wish we knew sailing. If we knew sailing, I could get out of here and go explore the rest of this map. But I don't. Speaking of which, whatever happened to our scout? Didn't I send him to go look at things and he's never checked back in? It's mildly concerning. Boy, he got a lot of stuff discovered. Not denying that, but because we don't have sailing, or indeed any knowledge of how a boat works, not even a raft or a canoe or anything, we can't get off this land mass. Steve, you need something to be doing because you just immediately wrecked through that entertainment complex. Go ahead and build an arena. It is +1 tourism after we get conservation, if we get conservation, but frankly, you need the amenities. More than anything, you need the amenities. Kutasi, let's see, what could we be doing with you? What could we be doing with you? Could theoretically put up the Taj Mahal, but that's going to take forever. You know what I want you to do right now? I want you to build me a swordsman. And we're going to send that down to Aberdeen. Just a little extra boost down there, because they're going to be stuck doing that that campus for quite a while. Maybe a little bit before we see Aberdeen again. All right, builder, throw up a camp on the truffles. That is good. Perfect. And then what else is going on? Remind me what you're doing, Haddington. Oh, you're doing an encampment. Oh, hi, Genghis. Where did you pop up from? Did my scout find you? I know, it's the only cavalry that matters. Yeah, I know. You're surprisingly friendly for being Genghis Khan. It's an honor to meet you. Yes, let's exchange information on our capitals. Where are you? Somewhere over here. Okay, are you... There you are. There you are. Oh, wait, we're bouncing around. Okay, well, there's Genghis all the way over there in the corner. I don't think he presents much of a threat right now. My knowledge of scientific theory has been boosted. Good. And we've unlocked the Enlightenment. Okay, great. I think I'm going to just take a quick look at my policies and see if I want to move things around here. Yeah, I am going to take liberalism now that that's unlocked. +1 amenity to all cities with at least 2 specialty districts. Many of our cities have at least 2 specialty districts. And I'm going to swap that in place of land surveyors. I don't think we'll be purchasing as many tiles in the future. I've kind of got the ones that I really wanted, which is locking out Tamar of Georgia from our little mountain pass here. I've already got those. And I'm not super worried about, well, I say that, I probably should be. I'm not super worried about her setting up something right in here. I think Aberdeen will be able to naturally expand over here. And Aberdeen also has a ton of places it can expand to over there. So I think we'll probably not be purchasing as many tiles right now. So, Builder, you don't really have anything to be doing. Why don't we just clear this rainforest for a little extra production? That's not the dumbest idea I've ever had. Genghis, you also want the Canterbury Tales. Everybody wants the Canterbury Tales. Sorry, Genghis. I'm not giving it up. I'm not giving it up. Basically, the first example of English literature. I'm not just going to give that away. Ever, Genghis. I don't, yeah, you know what? You're not even say you're not a threat to me. Watch him just stamp all over me. Yeah, why don't you remove this feature? That'll give us some production and some food. No bad thing one way or the other for air. Excellent. Bye, Builder. Might just keep doing that in the air area, because that just brought the granary down to 3 turns. Maybe we throw up another builder and clear some more rainforest out of there. Not a bad idea. Hi, Korea. What do you want? You want some of my silver, and you want some of my gypsum, and you're going to give me a horse. And 1 gold for 30 turns, and open borders. Okay, sure. I don't see any particular reason that's a bad deal. You wouldn't want to maybe throw in... Well, no, I've got my own truffles. I tell you what, instead of the horse, can I have the amber? No, that's that offer blocking deal. Never 100% sure what that means. All right, give me the horse back then. That's fine, I'll take the horse. So we'll make some knights while we've got that. Oh, now who snagged what? Alhambra. Darn it. I knew that was a gamble. Any of these are a gamble because we're just getting killed in the World Wonder race. So, all right, Cullen. I didn't get Alhambra. I don't even know if I bother trying with Terracotta Army. It's not worth it for the waste of time if I fail at it. So, what you really need is some food. You need to be expanding your population more. 10 turns until growth with 4 surplus food. Build medieval walls. Tamar loves it when we build walls. Not going to hurt us to have some extra defense against her anyway. Although, with her being our friend... No, I'm not giving you Troilus and Cressida and going to war with Genghis Khan, you insane 12-year-old prepubescent child. Why would you think I would do that? I mean, you're giving me a fair bit of money. No, you're not even giving me that much money. You want me to go to war with Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan! You want me to go to war with, and you want me to give you a really good book. No, we're not going to do that, kid. We're not going to do that. Okay, Steve needs something to do here, and your amenities are back up in a very positive direction now that you're done with the arena. Now up to +3 amenities. What you really need now is some housing. Armory does not do that. Art Museum does not do that, but will set us up for the future in terms of getting some more world wonders in here. You could do the Colosseum. Culture, loyalty per turn, and amenities to each city center within 6 tiles. You're not in a terrible position to do that either. You could get Aberdeen and Kutaisi if we put that in the right place. So where... Oh, I want to put it right on that desert tile. See, you can only put it up here, because obviously it has to be next to the entertainment complex. Yeah, a little more pre-planning on my part would have made that better. I would have put the entertainment complex more down here, but there it is. Don't know that we really need the Colosseum then. I mean, it's great. It's fantastic, but it would really only cover the city of Steve and Stirling. Does it even get Stirling? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not even 100% sure it gets Stirling. So, no, not really what we want to do there. Just get an art museum going. I want a backup plan of a culture victory. I absolutely want a backup plan. Oh, air. Yeah, with that taking that rainforest down, that was a nice little production boost that got the granary done very quickly. So, what could you be doing? What could you be doing with your time? How long would it take you to make a builder? Way too long. Why don't you also start to get a campus going? Because with these rainforests, we could be getting some good bonuses out of there, even though I'm probably going to take the rainforests down at some point. Why don't you put a campus there for a +2? We may lose bits of that later as we chop down the rainforest, but for right now, we'll take the bonus. And speaking of campuses, aren't we... Oh, Genghis, what do you want? An embassy in my capital? Yeah, sure. That's totally cool. It's 100% fine. Speaking of campuses, who was building the new campus where I was going to put Isaac Newton? Poundmaker, you're not getting my books. Not for a horse, although I do see you're offering me more money this time. You are slowly learning the art of negotiation, but no, nobody is getting my great works. Just stop it, man. Stop it. You're building the swordsman. You were building a campus, that's right. I want to think about where we're going to put Isaac Newton eventually. Kutasi is done with the swordsman. I want that to come down to Aberdeen. You're just going to kind of funnel... Oh, we've got some era score points for doing stuff. Good. Kutasi, what could you be doing? I guess... you know what? Your housing is not as good as it used to be. Get a granary going. That'll just keep that in a good place. We got an era score for a new district and another era score. What good is iron? But we know now it's a formidable weapon. Oh, for creating a swordsman. Okay, cool. We got an era score for that. We really need to be crawling out of this dark age. That would be ideal. I'd love to get another governor score at our governor point at this stage of the game to put another governor in to one of our 2 new cities. Haddington. Amenities good. Housing meh. Could give you barracks. Pretty quick to do it. And you're kind of on the front line against Korea. So, yes. Only 9 turns. I think we can cope with that. Only 9 turns to do that. You're also building walls in 6 turns. Not planning on going to war with anyone. I just want to be ready. Just want to be ready in case it happens. And we should be done with printing pretty much right about now-ish. Yep, there we go. Nice little quote from Terry Pratchett, one of my favorites. And we go on to education. Oh, good. Good. That's sensible. And we're gonna just slam that out in 2 turns. University and Hagia Sophia. I could care less about that. We're not faith-based, but university, it'd be good to finally get that. So again, I have not peeked at the tech tree. I have not looked at it. In fact, the more I play the series, the more I'm deliberately not looking at it, because I want where the tech tree goes to be as much a surprise to me as anyone else. But it clearly seems like it's looping back and forth as we need things. I've lost suzerain bonus with someone, but I have finished mercantilism. And what does that unlock? Triangular trade. I don't really need the faith. I would love the gold, but not so much on the faith. And logistics. Not that big a deal. Nationalism. Well, first off, that is going to give me a governor title, which is great. I can declare a colonial war. I'm probably not going to go ahead and do that. We can construct an additional spy. Units have 50% combat strength reduction from being injured, and 50% production towards units. All right, who did I lose? Lisbon. Okay, I'm okay with that one more than non-Madal. Wouldn't mind getting some envoys kicking around here. Looks like we're almost about to get one soon, and we need to construct another trader because we have an increased trade route. So somebody needs to be getting on that, please. Yep, we are already done with education. Oh my god, we're learning sailing. Oh dear Lord in heaven, we're finally learning sailing. Yeah, it's definitely looping. It's going back and forth as it needs to catch up to what's in the future. It needs to go back to things in the past. But we're finally going to learn how boats work. Dear Lord in heaven. And that's great because we have some oceanic resources we could be taking advantage of. We've got some amber up here that we could be taking advantage of and all sorts of other stuff. Cullen... well, doesn't have anything at all. But, you know, the theory was sound. We could definitely be taking advantage. More importantly, we can get our scouts off the map, hopefully. Does that allow... that only allows builders to embark, so they can do the fishing boat thing. We don't have the one... well, you know what? Let's just get to the next turn and figure out what happens next, because we're going to research sailing in exactly 1 turn. Oh, speaking of scouts, there you are. You're in Korea. I don't know. Go, you know what, Scout? Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. This is going to take you basically forever. I want you to start heading over to the coast. 19 turns. Let me know when you get there. Now, you know what? If we're going to start getting coastal stuff, would not be the stupidest thing in the world if we threw up another city up here. Turtles, fish, more fish, rice, tons of food. Tons of food. Marble, we can use that. We can't do anything with the bananas. this would not be the worst spot in the world for yet another new Scottish city. I'm going to have a very hard think about that. Very hard think about that. I just want to get to the next turn and learn how boats work. Okay, so we did get an envoy point, and I think we're going to put that... Latoro's making a big move on Lisbon. A big move on Lisbon. It's going to take me 7 envoy points to get back to being the suzerain of that. I don't really want Lisbon that much. I mean, I'd love to get to their level 6 thing, their tier 3 thing, where you get +4 gold in every bank, but banks are a long way off. I'm going to take Geneva, just because it's a very quick extra +2 science. So there we go. Just quick +2 science in the capital. Done and done. There it is. And now we are moving on to ballistics. Oh, darn. I was kind of hoping we'd keep going down the boat route, but apparently not, although we will get field cannons. You hear that, Korea and Tamar of Georgia? Field cannons. Yeah, field cannons in 1320 AD. But that's probably a pretty good place to leave it for now. I think next time I'm going to have a very, very good think about whether this would be an awesome spot to put yet another city. Again, said it before, I do tend to be a very aggressive expansionist in this, and I hope we won't have any more conversations about how words are pronounced. This is clearly pronounced Aberdeen, not Aberdeen Borough Townville, and this is pronounced Steve. It's very, very straightforward. But until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.